Earlier today, there was news that circulated around that says that the federal government of Nigeria has filed another 7 amended charges against our great leader FreeNnamdiKanu. And based on what the news was saying, it's still repeating the former quash news that the appeal court has already set aside. And we are just like waiting for some time to be able to confirm the authenticity of that particular news. As you can see here, a human rights violation, FG filed 7 amended charges against FreeNnamdiKanu. As we are patiently waiting to confirm that news, our barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor just came up and published an article as regards to that, to debunk that news, and he went further to explain what exactly happened, which I want to read before you, so that you can understand. There is no need of you panicking or calling our people in Biafra land and telling them whatsoever. The fact is that is a frantic lie. But we are going to dissect it here for you to see what really happened, how it went. Now, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor wrote and said, I quote, "Dispelling the fears on the reported new 7 counts amended charge filed against our indefatigable client, FreeNnamdiKanu, before Justice BFM Nyako of Federal High Court, Abuja. I'm going to take the pace very, very slow. The attention of the Onyendu FreeNnamdikanu's formidable legal team, ably led by the legal hero of our time, Chief Mike Ozekeme-san, has been drawn to the much publicized but rumored, mark the word rumored, new 7 counts amended charge allegedly filed against our indefatigable clients, Onyendu FreeNnamdikanu, by the federal government. From all indications, the new alleged charge has the same charge number FHC/ABJ/CR7383/2015 as the one already pronounced upon and struck out by the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division. The said intermediate court completely discharged Onyendu FreeNnamdikanu and further prohibited his being tried or prosecuted in any court of law in Nigeria. The said judgment of the Court of Appeal is extant and still subsists till date and has not been set aside by any superior court. Onyendu FreeNnamdikanu's formidable team, legal team, led by the Oracle of Law, Chief Ozekeme-san, has already promptly appealed to the Supreme Court against the Court of Appeal's ruling stay execution of its own judgment, which has set Kanu free. The appeal, in respect thereto, has been duly entered into appeal number SC/CR/1394/2022 at the Supreme Court and is now awaiting a date for hearing. Let me just pause here a bit. At this second paragraph here, Barrister Ifeanyi just explaining to us that the Court of Appeal actually quashed those charges. Until date, as we are speaking to you, there is no court again that can charge FreeNnamdikanu, and that there is no any court right now in Nigeria that has the jurisdiction to preside over the case of FreeNnamdikanu as at today, as we are discussing, until they go to Supreme Court, that the case has gotten to the Supreme Court already. Then and then it is after the Supreme Court that we will understand if there is any other court, if there is any other thing that court will say. I just wanted to point that clear so that you will understand. That is why I'm taking the pace so slow, so that our people will understand. I continue. It is also worthy to note that this judgment of the Court of Appeal still stands till date, as same has not been set aside by the Supreme Court. It is also worthy to note that this judgment of the Court of Appeal still stands till date, as same has not been set aside by the Supreme Court. It is imperative to state, therefore, that on the strength of these judgments, no charge of whatever nature and under any guise can ever be presented or stand against FreeNnamdiKanu before any court of law in Nigeria, just like we expressed before. Our inquiry this evening, upon reading about the phantom charge in the social media, revealed to us that the rumored charge was substitutely but clandestinely filed by the federal government hours after the judgments of the Court of Appeal received a certified true copy of the said judgments of the Court of Appeal. Let me just take a moment to digest this. Barrister Jaffa is saying that, yes, if you are talking about this particular charge that they are claiming that they filed against FreeNnamdiKanu, that they actually filed a charge against him. But that charge was filed the same day that the Court of Appeal rendered that judgment. After rendering the judgment, the federal government of Nigeria went back some hours and filed this charge again. And upon seeing that the federal government, that the Court of Appeal has rendered their judgment, they now abandon the charge. There's nothing else they can do. So till now, the charge is no longer potent. It was quashed because the appeal court has really quashed the case. Do you understand what we are saying? I continue. It says, the filing of the said charge was clearly ill-informed and ill-advised because the prosecutor, that is the federal government of Nigeria, we presumed and may want to believe was not at that point in time aware of the details, full import and implication of the well-delivered judgment of the Courts of Appeal. At the time of filing the said charge, we also want to believe that this is what has led to the federal government's abandonment of the charge after it was hurriedly filed. Okay, he has equally explained it here. Paragraph 4 and paragraph 5, he categorically analyzed it and stated it the way it is. The federal government of Nigeria never come to term to know the content of the judgment rendered by the appeal courts. So they hurriedly went back to file another, the same charges they have been filing since 2015. They went back to file it again. That is to show you that Nigeria has nothing to offer. But now, having seen the pronouncement of the courts, there's nothing else they could have done. They abandoned the file. That is the charge, that they abandoned the charge. That is the charge you are hearing today. I continue. It is pertinent to note also that the federal government did not take any step to either serve the charge on our clients. Okay? Very clear here. On FreeNnamdiKanu, or on our erudite late counsel, Chief Mike Ozekome, son, after it was filed, even till this moment. So, Barrister Jaffa is saying that, yes, they have written it, but they couldn't serve it to them. They couldn't serve it to our legal team. They couldn't serve it to FreeNnamdiKanu because they have found out that these charges they want to file has no potency again. Okay? So that is what is happening here. This is to doubly assure Chineke that our legal team, eminently led by the legal icon of our time, Chief Mike Ozekome's son, will be in court on Monday, the 14th of November 2022, to tackle any underhand tactics or results the federal government may have planned to achieve by sleight of hand with a charge which has been pronounced dead like dodo and permanently buried. Just like Barrister Ozekome used to say, it is a dodo. He used a particular bird to give example. So those things doesn't exist. Barrister Jaffa went on to say, Chineke should never lose sleep over this new phantom charge. By the grace of God, we are equal to the task in tackling any antics from the prosecutor. In other words, he is saying that you shouldn't panic, you shouldn't agitate, you shouldn't shiver because of this rumor we are hearing. That even if that it's on to be right, that they are equal to the task that the legal team of IPOB has whatever it takes to quash it. And of course, on Monday, the 14th day of November, that they are going to court to handle one or two issues. He went on to say, victory shall be ours by God's grace, and we move. Signed, Saifanye Jofo, Esquire, IPOB Lead Council, 11th day of November 2022. He just published this a few hours ago. So if you take a very good critical look at it, on paragraph 4 and 5, he analyzed this and told us how everything went on. So this is that. There is nothing to panic. We are reaching our mothers, our fathers in Biafra land, because there are some things that people don't understand. Some people don't understand how important this issue of Biafra is to our parents. They really are dragging it with their two hands. But you know, because of what is always play out in Nigeria, they are always cautious. Because we are at the center of the world, attracting this information. We know how many of them that reach out to us and ask us, how is it going? Onyendu, is he out? When is he going to come out? We know. Sometimes our mothers, they are crying. And the last time they refused to let Onyendu go, a lot of them we are crying. But we continue consoling them, telling them, no, he will definitely come out, because we ourselves know after the victory from the appeal courts that it's going to be another war for FreeNnamdiKanu to come out. Of course, I used to say it. Equally before then, I broadcasted, I told people that after this discharge and acquittal, that doesn't mean that they will release him, because I know, we know the modus operandi of the Zoological Republic. So these are the things our people, our mothers, our fathers, they are earnestly seeking and looking forward to seeing the day a great leader will come out. And very, very soon, he will. We must continue doing our best. And we decided to bring this to you. Like we always promise you, we will continue updating you of all that is happening as regard to this. We pray that you continue doing your best. May Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to guide and protect you, each and any one of you, whomever that is supporting the original Biafran fight for restoration. That is Umuchineke, the Ezebo Umuchineke. Of course, we maintain that we are Biafrans. And in Biafra lands is where all of us have our citizenship, for those who believe